guys, and welcome to another B.A.M video. I'm gonna be a little quick with this one. I didn't have that much this time. Things got really chaotic a bit for this month, so I didn't get as much reading done as I would have liked to. This video is a little bit late, just with the con and everything for SAC, I got sidetracked with that, so yeah, that's a little bit better. Just in lighting, I don't have a front-facing light yet, so it's a little jinky, because I'm doing this at my desk. Please ignore the boxes in the corner. But yeah, so let's get right into it. So for the first one, for books, I got no regular books. I didn't end up finishing Fish yet. It's a very slow process. So that'll probably be next month, hopefully. We'll see. On to anime. I finished season 2 of Reincarnated as a Slime and the movie. So, I really like it. I like Slime. I think it's a really fun series so far. It's starting to get more plot development wise towards the end of season 2 and beginning of season 3, because I have watched a little bit, but season 2 wise, it is, I will say it's a little jumpy aroundy with the plot wise. It feels like the timeline isn't pretty straight from what I remember, because it's been a hot minute. Rimuru is progressing in the development of Tempest and is working with Shizune's students as well. I know that from my notes here, Rimuru has a lot of character development in realizing that he is no longer human and he can't always abide by human standards for the monsters. Season 2 is also when he becomes the Demon Lord, which was so cool, and that's what really kicks off as having a linear plot, is the Demon Lord, the Harvest Festival arc. Just seeing him, that character development, and seeing his reaction to all that was just so satisfying. So satisfying. I do think, like, between season 1 and season 2, I do want to read the manga. I'm hoping that is a little bit more linear with the plot rather than kind of how sporadic the anime has been. But like I said, towards the end, when it gets to the Harvest Festival, things start getting more like linear timeline wise rather than kind of jumping here and there. We got introduced to Hinata, I believe is, if I remember correctly, her name, and her impact in the arc is in the plot is going to be very interesting to see where it goes to in the future. Overall, I really enjoyed it. It is a new obsession of mine, and I so want to cosplay from Slime. So good. So rating wise, I want to give it like a 9 out of 10. Plot wise, it's a little bit less because I'm docking a point because, like I said, timeline wise, it jumps around a lot. It's a little confusing to follow linear wise. Character development is going very good. There is still some fan service, but it's not bad, and I like that it goes towards both the guys and the girls in there. It's so funny when that happens. But yeah, like I said, I think a 9 out of 10 is so far is doing very good. The other one that I ended up watching was Reborn as a Vending Machine, which that one was funny. I will say there was a bit more fan service than I was hoping for. I knew and I was expecting it, but I was so hoping that it wasn't going to have the fan service that it did. It wasn't bad. It just wasn't necessary, you know. It never is. I really liked it though because it was pretty quirky and like it knew what genre it was. It knew what it was doing, and it played into it, so it was very fun. So basically, Reborn as a Vending Machine has a guy who's obsessed with vending machines. He dies and wakes up in this new world as a vending machine, and so he's got all this like inside knowledge about vending machines and how like different types and whatnot, and he uses that to his advantage. Of as he gets points, he's able to upgrade himself, have new products and different types of vending machines and stuff, and he uses that to help the main, oh gosh, I forget her name. I'm gonna put it here somewhere to remind myself of what it was. But anyways, to help a particular, the female lead basically. And he gets renamed as Boxo, which I thought was cute. It's really silly. It's a lot of, it comes off as very silly and quirky as it starts off, and then it actually starts having some plot. With trying to defeat the dungeon lords for each level to get a wish to, I guess, to turn Boxo human is what they're trying to do. He's kind of on the fence of that, which I thought was really cool because he's like questioning, does he prefer living as a vending machine versus being a human? Which I think is a really cool character development, and like seeing his progression of, you know, accepting that and then questioning it. But Boxo was really funny. I did like him. It did punch me in the feels once it got towards the end of season 1. Because what the heck was that battle, and why did they almost kill characters off? I was so shocked. I'm surprised. I'm glad they didn't, but I was very like thinking that they were about to. And oof, it got me in the feels with that, especially like the little zombie boy that happens right before it. Yeah. So, overall, I would probably give this like a 7.5. Like, it's good, but it could be better. There's just little things here and there that just could make it a lot better, I think. So I'm gonna put like 7.5, 8, you know, somewhere in there. One more that I've started, I have not completed it because it's ongoing, is Gorilla God's Go-To, the Gorilla God's Go-To Girl. So far I've watched 3 episodes, really cute, really funny. I'm excited to see where it goes. So on to the manga. So the first one, both of these got lent to me by a friend, and then I had to go and buy my own copies because they were very good. They're both one-shots, so there's only a single volume. So the first one was Marriage to Kitsune-sama. So the summary is, in the town of Hokutochu, I butchered that, I'm sorry, a mysterious tradition unfolds every few decades. A villager is selected to ascend the mountain and marry one of the alluring fox spirits who resides there. Inaho has longed to take on that role, and when his time finally comes, he eagerly climbs the mountain to meet his new handsome husband, Subaru. The captivating lord has been watching Inaho for quite some time and is pleased to receive his new spouse. But before the supernatural marriage can enter its honeymoon stage, Inaho discovers Subaru is cursed to devour his beloved, aka Inaho. Can they find a way to break the curse, and is this marriage doomed to end in tragedy? So basically, Subaru's brother gets a little jelly and curses him. So whenever they start getting a little heated, he starts salivating and wanting to eat him. But they're really cute right off the bat. Like, the acceptance of the relationship is just very fast. Like, you jump straight into it. Everything is good. And it's a lot of trying to figure out why the brother cursed the younger brother cursed Subaru. And also just like pushing that relationship of like, can they, do this? Inaho also has like trying to figure out who that fox that he ended up helping as a child was, which it's pretty obvious who it is, but it's also not who you think, like, first thought think it is. But I think it's really, really cute, and they're just adorable. I mean, look at that. That little exchange it's so cute. Like, they really do care about each other, and even though it's like a very abrupt relationship, they did a good job. And Inaho is just very, very stubborn. He is dead set on staying with his husband. He does not want, anybody else, which I think is so sweet. And it was a good one-shot read. I do wish, like, maybe we could have some more, because that way, delving into the world of foxes and maybe seeing, the younger brother have a bit more of a progression, with his own character. Like, he does a little in this, once you find out, like, why he casted the curse and, what brought it on, and him, and, breaking it. I think that it would be a really good, continuation of maybe having a sequel or something. Maybe give him somebody to love, There is a little spicy scene at the end. Nothing very... I don't want to say it's like super graphic. Nothing is like super shown, but they also don't hide a lot of it. So take that. But yeah, that's. I think for this one, I would rate it. I'd say an 8 out of 10. It's decent. I wish there was more of it. And I wish we could have delved a little bit deeper into things. But it's a very good, decent one-shot read. So I'll give it an 8 out of 10. The next one that I have is another one that was recommended by a friend, and she was very much adamant that I had to read it, was Mr. Minimart, or Konobini-kun. So cute. This one, the description is, Shai Nakaba has been a shut-in ever since gossip at school has destroyed his reputation. But when his mom snags him a job to help him break out of his shell, he is forced to face a co-worker who knows a thing or two about courage and commitment. Can Nakaba stand tall and speak up for what he truly wants? But that's basically the description. So, yeah. I'm trying to remember this guy's name. Yamai. So this is Nakaba and this is Yamai. So Nakaba ends up seeing Yamai, like, he's intimidated by Yamai, but he ends up seeing Yamai rescue a kitten and realizes that he's actually not all that bad. He's actually a really sweet guy. And they end up becoming friends because Nakaba ends up taking the kitten home with him, which is really cute. And like he comes to visit, and so they start spending more time together, especially at work, and just, develops from there. Unfortunately, the past for Nakaba comes to bite him, and Yamai very much is such a good romance partner, because like they're not even in a relationship yet, and he still is like, doesn't stand for it, sticks up for him. There is a little bit of miscommunication in there, but it doesn't last long, thank goodness, because this is a one-shot, a one volume, and he sorts it out really quickly, and I just love that. I love that, because I can't stand when miscommunication drags on or it doesn't get resolved quickly, because communication is very important for relationships. I like how Nakaba, grows as a person from being in this relationship, of realizing that he can lean on Yamai and he will support him, and that he can actually trust him. It's such a good character development for him. I will say it was a little weird for this bonus story that they added at the end. It's not like it technically was a bit of an age gap, because you have this guy who, and also it's like a tutor ex-student kind of relationship, which wasn't it, but it's like a year after that, so the one guy has already entered adult life and the other guy is still in school. So it's not bad. I just felt it was a little stupid with the miscommunication also with this, and because this is he's an office worker, and then you have, so here's the two of them together. So office worker and then student, and so like the entire time I'm just like, okay, he's blowing him off to get work done so he can spend time together with him, but doesn't communicate that. And I'm like, please, just talk to him. and I'm just, yeah, it just aggravated me. It wasn't bad, but it just aggravated me. So yeah, it felt like it needed more progression in their relationship rather than whatever the heck that was. And I just also didn't care for, like, it was just kind of like, you know, I don't know, noises. But I will say this also does get a little spicy. Nothing is shown. It is kind of censored in that way. Nothing is shown, but it does have the spicy scene, which is but overall, I did like this. I would also rate this as a 8 out of 10 because it's a very good story, but I do have to dock a point for, like, that bonus thing, and also the fact that I would love to see, like, more of this. A lot of one-shots, I would love to have, like, a sequel or two, just kind of, like, exploring post-relationship, like, after getting together and everything, you know. I think that would be really cute. So, that's just my 2 cents. But yeah, I'm working on, you know, reading some more stuff. Work's just been a little crazy, and I have a convention that I'm going to this week. I'm gonna date when I'm recording this video, which is, like, right before 2 Fusion. I'm hoping to get this up really, really soon because I am a week late with getting this. But yeah, I'm making slow progress when it comes to reading things, so we're getting there with reading and watching. So, but hopefully you enjoyed my rambles and this has enticed you to maybe check out a couple of things. So yeah, I guess I will see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.